Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? And welcome to the Charles Matthews Morning Show. I'm your host, Charles Matthews, and it's so great to have you here. Now, this next guest, you might recognize her. She was on a couple weekends before. She is an author, and I get to say that now. I get to put an author to her name. She was part of that book launch that we did. But she has a lot of other stuff going on. And I wanted to bring her back on and we can talk, get to know her a little bit more. So without further ado, stay tuned. Let somebody know we're up, we're ready. Let's go. Without further ado, let's bring her to the show. Melissa, you there?
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So just going to go right off the bat.
Okay.
How was it after the show? And, did your friends and family watch? Did you get any comments? Tell us about that.
Yes, it was. So this is strange, but for the first time ever, my dad actually said, "I'm very proud of you," with exclamation marks. He doesn't use exclamation marks. I was really happy. So my parents and my brother were able to log on. My partner, my friends were able to log on. So everybody was really happy. I think everybody was not just impressed with the book, but just with the individuals and their various stories that were shared. So it was really exciting for me.
Now, hold on. I'm trying to go back in my memory banks of the stories. Is your dad the spelling? Make sure your grammar. That was your dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if Daddy says okay, then we know we did it because we were talking about that. We're like, well, we gotta bring you back. Make sure Daddy was okay with all the grammar and the spelling. So good on you. Good on you. So everybody was talking about it, and then I asked you, have you changed your title?
Yes.
Ah,
For sure. I was really excited about that.
All right. So if anybody missed the show and they're like, what is she talking about? What are they talking about? Yes, she's an author. Tell everybody the book.
So the book is called 21 Resilient Women, Stories of Courage, Growth, and Transformation. And it's an awesome book, not just because I'm a contributor, but because it's a wonderful group of ladies who Daisy Wright orchestrated this group of wonderful women who came together to decide to use our voices amidst a pandemic to help to empower not just other women but other people all over the world. So the various stories talk about, as the title alludes to, courage, growth, transformation. If it's one thing we need at this particular time in our lives, it's courage. And so, this and resilience. And so this book is a great, Christmas present, stocking stuffer, a great read, just all around great, not just because I'm in it, but just because of the wonderful stories that we shared.
Yeah. I love when she just says it again. Well, not because I'm just in it. I'm in it, but just let you know. You are in it, and it is a great read. When I had the honor and the pleasure of interviewing each lady, but each of you has like a different story.
Mhm.
I know you're on here for a different reason, but I just want to touch a little bit on the book itself because I think the book has a lot of meaning to it and your chapter does. So can you tell us your chapter?
Sure. So my chapter is number 13, Challenges Build Resilience. And so I basically start off talking about my childhood in Guyana and some of the obstacles I had to overcome. I was sick a lot as a little girl, and talking about family values and grounding, and how basically just that nurturing and love and support that I received from my family as a child helped to translate through through my teenagehood, into my adulthood, and so now bringing us to this pandemic. So some of the characteristics that I was able to develop as a little girl now help me to cope with challenging situations in life, such as the pandemic that we're in. And I'm really thankful. I mentioned this in the book as well. I had a really great family upbringing. My parents were super strict, but super loving. My mom always made sure that, we put God first, and she was the spiritual giant in the house. And my dad, of course, he was the academic and the disciplinarian, but he was also very loving. to us. And so that combination was, to me, the perfect recipe for raising a great human being. And I just hope, I know not everybody is able to recall fond memories of their childhood, but I would hope that some people, listen to these stories, read these stories, and particularly my story, and see that, things, challenges come in life. Things happen. My parents sprung it on me at 14 years old. We're moving to Canada. I'd never been to North America, never, visited anywhere outside of the Caribbean. I had my friends. I didn't want to leave. And for me, it was a big adjustment as a teenager coming to a new country. I'm a Black woman. I'm a dark-skinned woman. They don't treat us the same, so culture shock and just learning to navigate a new environment. But a supportive family definitely helped me to make that transition a little bit easier, education wise, in the workplace. There are different things. I know different authors talked about their experiences in the workplace as well, especially as a colored or minority woman. So these things all help too. We don't realize it at the time. We just think we're dealing with challenges, but they really help us to grow as women. They really help to build resilience and overall just develop our character.
So you're basically, sitting at the table, drinking coconut water, you know what I mean? Maybe having a mango, and as you're eating this beautiful mango in a nice sunny weather. Oh, by the way, pack your bags. We're moving to
Yes, literally. We came home from school that day, carefree as ever, and it was just, well, we're moving. We're moving in a couple of weeks. Tell your friends. I remember my dad gave me some money from an account that I didn't know I had. He said,
Okay.
"Oh, here's some money. You can take your friends out and bid them farewell, and then we'll be on a plane and we're out of here." And I thought, wow. Okay, this is, and my brother, of course, he was 8 years old. So he was clueless. He was just excited about everything,
Yeah, yeah.
Here. And I was, on TV, you see the snow at Christmas time and you think, oh, wonderful. Yay. I can't wait to get in that. And then we had to drive in it. And I thought, what the heck is this? It's so messy and dirty and looks nothing like it did on TV. And I was so annoyed my first year here. And my brother was just running around, this happy kid, making snowmen. And I figured, okay, this kid cannot be better at adjusting than me. I need to figure this out. So, and fun fact, in Guyana, we actually say coconut water.
Okay.
Or water coconut. So we use them both.
Hold on. So, see, we're gonna get into it. Half my audience is gonna fight right now. Ready? We're going off topic, but I have to ask: rice and peas or peas and rice?
Peas and rice, my friend.
Oh, see, okay. Next topic. Next.
I can't help it. I'm Guyanese. That's how we talk.
we're gonna just move right along. All right, but yeah, and see, and that's why you should get the book, because of the stories. And there it is.
Yep.
All right, so make sure you go get your copy. Number 13, lucky number 13. Make sure you just go get the book, and you don't start from the beginning. You just get the book and you go straight to 13. Yeah, that's how you read the book. You don't go from start to finish. You just open it to 13.
For sure.
All right. Now, here's a question. I asked this before, but is this your first time as an author?
This is my first time as an author. Actually, I'm a bit of a closet writer. So I was the editor, my old high school in Guyana. I was very nostalgic at one point in my life. So I joined my old high school's alumni association here. It's called the Queen's College Alumni Association Toronto chapter. And so I was actually the editor of the newsletter. There's a newsletter called The Scribbler. And so I was the newsletter editor, and I did newsletters for like the Backpack Project. And so I was this closet undercover writer for years. But this was my first time, publishing a piece of work with a group. So yes, now I'm officially an author.
What was it called again?
The Backpack Project?
Yeah, no, the script what?
The Scribbler. Yeah.
I love the name. All right, so here, before we move on, shout out anybody that was on the Scribbler with you. Anybody that
So RIP actually to one of the gentlemen, Mr. Kamal Khan, when I joined. So my fun fact, my old high school in Guyana, Queen's College, it was actually an all-boys school at one point for a very long time.
Okay.
And so all of the alumni here in Toronto were men. And
Uh,
I was the first female to join. They're all, older men, mostly retired. So
yeah.
they embraced me and welcomed me and, helped me understand how, and the newsletter was not short, let me tell you. They packed that. Um, but it was very informative. I didn't know half the things I didn't know about my high school. They were able to teach me, and very nostalgic and very committed to everything. So
Mhm.
and one of the gentlemen, he passed away a few years ago, Mr. Kamal Khan. So R.I.P. to him, and shout out to all the other members, active members. Very good men.
Yeah, so it's a family, and that's what we love. It's just somebody to take care of each other and know what we're doing. So,
Absolutely.
do you have plans of doing another one?
Another book?
Come on now.
I can't share that yet, but let's just say I won't stop writing.
Now you got the bug. That's what it
Right.
is. Now
Yep,
you
yep.
got the bug.
I got it.
Now you got the bug. All right.
Mhm.
So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to dive into your second part of your life. Okay. So you're an author, but what else do you do? Like if we see you, you're just writing books, you're just on the street signing autographs all day. Like, what are you doing? Right.
I wish. No?
So stay tuned. We'll be right back. CMJ Entertainment is a one-stop shop. CMJ Entertainment helps people do any type of events, and it's a marketing tool as well. So we'll cover everything from start to finish. If it's a wedding, we'll make sure your wedding is over the top. And if it's an event, we make sure that everybody gets information at the end of the day. Give us a call at 416-414-8964 or online, go to cmjent.com. We're back live with the author herself. And, I'm so honored that she had the time to come on my show when she's not on the street, signing autographs and taking pictures and selfies with all her fans. So, what else are you doing?
So, in addition to being an author, I'm the co founder of a nonprofit organization called the Backpack Project. And the Backpack Project is by no means an original idea. So, how it came about is a few years ago, around the time I was feeling nostalgic and I got involved with my old high school association, alumni association. I wanted to do something to be able to give back. So, I realized that growing up, I was in a position where I was very fortunate and my parents were able to afford all the necessities and even the wants when it came to school and my education. But not everybody around me was privileged enough to have that opportunity. And so I wanted to, and joining my old high school's alumni association and seeing how much they give back, I wanted to do something on my own to be able to contribute to the students in Guyana. So the Backpack Project was formed in 2008, and I pitched it to the gentlemen in the Alumni Association, the Queens College Alumni Association. They were happy to jump on board. So my old high school, Queens College, was the site where we did our pilot project. So we shipped 10 backpacks containing both stationery items and personal health items. So not just books and pens and paper and so on, but also hand sanitizer and toothbrushes and toothpaste. So we wanted the focus to really be health as well as education. And it was a successful pilot. One of the things we learned is that, just because a school may be prestigious or, it may be in a particular area of a country, doesn't mean there are students who are not in need. And so from there, we were able to keep going. And so from one pilot in Guyana, we've now expanded to various islands and countries in the Caribbean, including Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, the Bahamas, St. Martin, Haiti, and now right here in Canada. So very, very fortunate to have had that opportunity. I have a bunch of great women. We now have a board of 5 women, very powerful women. Actually, one of them, Alicia Sullivan, I really want to shout her out. She's the one who actually invited me to be a part of the book project. So a big shout out to her. And some of the pictures you're seeing, so this, for example, is a picture of children in Haiti when they received backpacks in 2010, right after the hurricane. And so we try to not just send backpacks to the students, but we try to follow up with them, to keep in touch with them, to see how they're doing. And hopefully one of the goals is that we will see students stay in school and finish school. And so we're also very active in the community. So, for example, in this picture, you can see this is a booth that we have at an annual Guyanese event called Last Lap Lime. Unfortunately, this year, because of the pandemic, we didn't have it, but very active in the community. And so, we thought for the longest time Caribbean students were the only ones that we could serve. But then we realized the Caribbean diaspora right here in Toronto, Canada, there's also a need. And so we have recently partnered with various other nonprofit organizations, and we now serve. And that is a picture of my old high school and the uniform that I wore. So at 14 years old, I look like those kids with my
Okay.
tie.
I'm gonna Google and find this picture for you. See? You made a mistake. You should never. I'm gonna Google it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. So that's the principal in the middle, and these are
Okay.
some of the students who received backpacks. And they're
Okay.
anywhere. I think these students are they are between 11 and 14 years old. And so when we got the backpack shipped, we cleared it, and these are some of the boys who actually helped me to take it up to the office, to the principal's office, where it was later distributed.
All right. So let's take a stick a pin right here because I wanted you to express the feeling because not many people will understand when you leave your country, like especially a Caribbean island country,
Mhm.
become who you are, and then go back and donate to give back to the school that you are. And then the principals and the kids, and you see the uniforms, and you see, oh, that's where I used to hang out with my friends, and that's where I ran track, or that's where I did this. And then when you give everybody the backpacks, how's that making you feel?
So let's just put it this way. I've done a lot of meaningful work in my life. Nothing is as meaningful as this. Nothing is as rewarding as this. There are times when I wish I could take off everything I had and just give it to these kids, clear out my bank account and just give it to them. Just because it's such a heartwarming feeling, and to see the gratitude expressed in their little faces and their thank yous. I even once had a parent write a little note to me to say thank you. She said, my kid is in Form 4 and he's about to write an exam, and he needed a scientific calculator for the exam. And thanks to you in the backpack, we were able to have my son write that exam. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have been able to, which means he probably would have failed. So stories like that warm my heart and make help me remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, why we started, and how much more we have to do, because the need is still there. And sometimes, even with the
Okay.
pandemic, even
Let's
great.
let's explain to people that are watching from around the world that might not understand Caribbean style education.
Mhm.
Okay. And education is high. Education is key. All right. Learning is key. But the supplies is not on the high level.
Not always there. No, no, no.
So, they're top. Like spelling bees are always a high level in the islands. You need to know how to spell your words, grammar, everything. When you go
Mhm,
for your test and go to the next level, the tools, let's talk about the supplies they need. Okay.
mhm.
Because when people are thinking, oh, that's great, but they don't understand what are they looking for. If someone says, okay, I'm going to go to the store right now, Walmart, and buy this for you and donate, what are they looking for?
Well, they're looking for stationary items, so notebooks, pens, pencils, papers. Some of the younger kids need crayons, rulers, sharpeners, erasers. So items like that can help them in the classroom. Some of the older kids need things like scientific calculators. Um, Before we used to ship geometry sets. I'm not sure they use that anymore, but highlighters. So that would be for some of the older kids. And then in terms of their health, focusing on their health, and particularly for teenage boys, deodorants, for the girls and boys, combs. We do hand sanitizers, toothbrushes, toothpaste. So, as much as we want the kids to focus on their education, we're very cognizant that when they come to school, and in the Caribbean, we're big on personal hygiene. I remember my nails being checked, my teeth, my hair. They don't play around. So when kids come to school, like, we want them to be able to smile. We want them to have clean nails. So we ship soaps, we ship, shampoos so they could wash their hair. So we want them not just to focus on their education. And we realize there's so many other factors. Even getting to school sometimes is a factor, right? But at least if we ship this backpack, we can help them be presentable at school, and we can help them have the tools they actually need in the classroom.
Right, because somebody might be watching and going, "Well, the school supplies that stuff. The
No, they
school gives them the
don't.
pencils and the paper, but it
No, they don't. That's a nice thought, but no, they don't.
it doesn't work that way in the Caribbean, okay? So,
Good.
no, you want the supplies, you have to supply the supplies with you and bring it over there. So, if you want to donate, please check out the website. I've been scrolling through it. And if you want to get in touch, not a problem. Go right there. Send her an email. Okay. Send her an email. Give her a call and say, "Hey, I'm looking to help out. What can I do?" And we have a special guest that wants to say, "Hey there, author." Hold on. There you go. It's from Daisy. Hey, Daisy. Thank you.
Yay.
There you go. But yeah, definitely, definitely, it's a great cause. Go in there, donate. And the thing is, let's be real here. Okay. Take 20 bucks, go to the dollar store.
Literally.
Buy all the pencil packs you can afford
Yeah.
from the dollar store, okay? And then bring them over to this lovely lady so she can give somebody a great future. Because, like you heard in the story, one calculator just changed that child's whole life. You know, that child now might be a doctor, a lawyer, maybe a judge, or, somebody that's needed that one calculator. It changed their future. So please, please, please donate, donate, donate. What else you looking for? Let's talk about what we can do to help. I was talking about the pencils, but are you looking for sponsors? Are you looking for outreach programs? Any other schools? Any schools? Any volunteers? What do you need? Let's talk about that.
Yes, so volunteers, that's a very big part of what we do because now we're starting to look into serving more students, more kids. Yes, we definitely need people to help us out. Sponsors, absolutely. We welcome sponsors, individual donors as well as companies, any Caribbean companies, Caribbean owned businesses that have a vested interest in Caribbean children or children of the Caribbean diaspora here in Toronto. We welcome you to be to contribute to us and even be part of our team or our advisory board. We definitely are looking for educators as well because Caribbean educators help us to identify the students that we then provide backpacks to. So if you or anyone, I know some people ask, oh, how come only those selected countries have received backpacks to date? Well, it's because we know people in those countries and we trust them. We establish a relationship where we can check in on the progress, we can get things coordinated and so on. So educator is a big piece. One of the other things we're looking to do is in 2021, we're hoping to launch a youth network where we have youth connected and hopefully we can discuss some of the challenges that we face with the pandemic and what some of the unique needs are now that education's transitioned from in-person to virtual. And so we can better support the children virtually, as well as educators in an educator network where we can have educators come together, connect Caribbean educators and Canadian educators, and have that unique perspective on helping to serve Caribbean children and children of the Caribbean diaspora. So any educators or youth interested in becoming part of our educator or youth networks, we're very happy. Any advisors who have any tips or suggestions in terms of direction or what they think would be helpful for kids in the classroom to help them benefit, that we would welcome that advice as well. But definitely sponsors, donors. Now it's Christmas time. It's a perfect way to give back and say Merry Christmas. Not everybody's going to have a Merry Christmas this year with all the challenges that we face. So we're really looking forward to helping our students in 2021, both with the backpacks, but also virtual support.
All right. Now, if you can't get out there, but you want to help, here, I'll make it easier for you. Scroll right down to here and see this button right here. It's called donate.
Okay.
You can just make it real easy. You can sit at home and hit that button right there and just donate to the cause. See, real simple. And put that money in it. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Okay. You just put the one and then you put the zeros behind it. Okay. Just like that. And then you donate. Okay. It's real simple. All right. So here's a question for you. If you can go back in time to the little girl that was saying bye to all her friends, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to take it easy. Don't stress as much. go and live in the moment, enjoy the moments. You don't always have to know what's coming up. Just embrace change and embrace challenges. That's what I would tell her.
All right. Now I got to play this game with you. You ready?
Sure.
All right.
Now time for victory!
All right. It's time for now pick three. It's a fun little game we like to play where you get to ask your own questions.
Mhm.
So pick numbers between 1 and 10. Pick three numbers between 1 and 10.
Okay, so 4, 7, and 9.
Woo! 4, 7, 9. Thank you. She didn't pick three. Okay. All right. Here we go. First question. What are some great resources that you have helped you along the way?
So some great resources have been people and material. So some people, so for example, Daisy Wright has been an instrumental resource for me, not just because of her leadership, but because of also the career coaching work that she does. Alicia Sullivan, who's a part of the Backpack Project, she introduced me to Daisy. So people can be amazing resources. Books, I think books, and that's one of the things we encourage the kids to do with the Backpack Project is to read. A lot of great books have helped me along the way. I know particularly John Maxwell. He's a leadership expert in the world. And I love reading his books because they helped instill this confidence in me and I'm sure in others. So books, any John Maxwell book you can get your hands on. There's one called The Meaning, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. That's a really good book as well. So many great authors out there, but I'd say books and people, great resources.
All right. Next question is, if you were in my shoes,
Mhm.
what question would you have asked that I didn't ask?
I guess I would have asked, how are you feeling now and what's coming up next?
There is.
So right now, I'm super pumped. I'm so excited to be on your show. I'm so excited to be connected to all these wonderful group of women. And we now call ourselves sisters. We're no longer friends. We've taken it up a notch.
There you go.
And in terms of what's coming up next year, well, you'll have to keep in touch with me to find out. I won't just give it away.
This ain't fair. This ain't fair. It's my show. All right. And the last one is, who are the three people that have been most influential in your life?
I would say my parents and my brother. Family is super, super, super important for me. So many challenges in life we've all faced together, and it's usually the four of us. So they are the three people that I would say I couldn't think of a more loving, supportive group of people. Sometimes a little bit pushy, but
Hey, that's family. You can't get away with
right.
that.
But because they love me so much, it's like, no, you are not going to put your foot and step in that hole. We are going to drag you and yank you back and make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow. So love my family, and I'm grateful to their support.
All right, so I'm going to give you one more because mom and dad, they don't count. That was too easy. You put them at 1 and 2, okay? So I'm gonna smash them together. Mom and dad is one.
Okay, fine.
I'll give you your brother as 2.
Okay, fine.
Give me one more.
So my partner, he is a very, very positive force in my life. He's always encouraged me to forge ahead, push ahead, and in a world where a lot of women are starting to do a lot of big things and it's impacting their family lives. And so sometimes in relationships, the dynamics can be a little bit tricky. Never once did I feel like I had to hold back or, minimize myself or anything like that. It's always, be as great as you want to be because God's blessed you with skills and abilities and you should be using them. So.
I like that. I do like that because we need to encourage each other and push each other grow. Absolutely. Because what people don't understand is when you help your partner grow, you grow.
You benefit too.
Okay?
Yeah.
You benefit too. You get to, you jump on that train and you guys ride it together. So great on that. Okay. So the last thing before I let you go is, what do you want to say to people out there that why should they pick up the book? I know we talked about, great authors, this and that, but tell them why they should pick it up right now for Christmas as a stocking stuffer. And, who should read the book?
So the book is not just for women. Let me just say that. It's a group of female authors, but it's not just for women.
Right.
Why you should pick it up? Earlier this year when the pandemic hit, I remember feeling down, very down. The anxiety, the uncertainty. But from time to time, we all need that encouragement. That's that source of encouragement. And this book is a real source of encouragement because you get to hear about the different challenges that people have overcome. And hopefully, if it does one thing for you, it helps you remember that we are in this together and we can get through this together. And just like we formed a sisterhood, the group of authors, together as a world, we can come together and face these challenges. So I would like to leave that with anybody. Yes, things get difficult. It's challenging. Christmas won't be the same, but get your hands on this book, get some positivity in your life, get some encouragement. And you know what? Wake up ready to face 2021 and all the other challenges ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to add to that as well. Listening to the stories, it is not what they say, a girl's book or lady's book. You know what I mean? It's an everybody's book, because in there you'll learn so much. As a man, there's somebody, let me run it down real quick if I remember. There's a lady talking about menopause.
Yes, I remember that.
Guys, we got to know, because you know what I mean? There's somebody talking about her basketball career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she's balling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there's a basketball story in there. There's somebody talking about family and the struggles coming over and how she was first time coming over. Somebody else is talking about, just life in general and how, things were hard, but she got over it. And another lady was talking about being in the job force, and then your coworkers, putting you that, don't look at
aggressions and
not looking at you the same. So we can all get stories from this book and go, that's me. I can understand. That's me. So definitely think that this is a great read for everybody. It should be for anybody. So definitely get it for all the brothers out there. All right. Listen, this is your opportunity before we go, because you couldn't do it before, but because you're on single now, it's up to you. You get to do the Queen Wave and say goodbye to everybody and do any shout outs you want to shout them out. Go ahead.
So I would love to shout out my parents and my brother. Thank you so much for all your love and support over the years. My partner, thanks for being a wonderful human and for your encouragement and support. Thank you to my backpack project. They're also now family, the ladies. Thank you so much for your work, your dedication to this purpose and the cause and the backpack project overall. Just thank you to all the great people in my life. I really have some great people in my life. And so thank you. You know who you are, my friends, a lot of whom I consider family. Thank you so much. Michelle, Alicia, Michelle Mitchell, Michelle McFarlane, Alicia, Janelle, Kenita. Thank you so much for being such positive forces in my life. I love you, and I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and that you all enjoy the book.
You definitely. Oh, I got to put this up because see, I got to put this up. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, yes, you are. Yay.
I'm going to grab that one. I appreciate that, because I do appreciate that. I think you guys did a phenomenal job. And just to get to know the stories from each one of you guys, all have a great personality. And trust me, I see big things for each and one of you. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, Charles.
All right. We'll talk to you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
Listen, support. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to give a gift this year, give a gift for education. Okay. There's her email. And think about it. I was being serious. Take $20, go to the dollar store, and you just buying pencils. Every time you buy a pack of pencils off the rack, you're giving a kid a future. It sounds weird, but it's true. The pencils, the erasers, the, calculators, the books. You're helping somebody get to that next level, and then just donate it. Okay. Call up the backpack, give them a call and say, listen, I have some stuff I want to donate. Here we go. Because think about it. If we're struggling with our kids with COVID over here, think about how it is on those islands. Okay, we can definitely help out. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Like I always say, you didn't have to watch, but I'm so glad that you did. I appreciate you. And do me a favor, pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. See you later. Bye-bye.
Has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional